Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm JJ and this is my brand new island, Toybox. Let's see who's here. I did just run around and Stitches and Stu were down this way. Oh, we have Flick. They're still talking. Still. Anyway, who else is here? Nobody? Nope. That's absolutely fine. We're currently in cherry blossom season with the pink trees, but we're not staying in cherry blossom season. We're just passing through. Today's build video is me making a school. I've been umming and ahhing about where to put my school. I didn't know whether to have it right by resident services. I didn't know whether to put it at the back of the island, the front. I just didn't know where to put it. I knew I wanted a school, just not where. So I have decided to put it at the back of the island, just so it blocks off that bit and a build is done. I will be putting it in the corner where my beach is, because I will incorporate the beach in the build, or the secret beach, Red's beach. Nothing drastic. You never know, it may get sandcastle. I don't know what's going on it, but I thought an extra little bit for the school, we can try and do it. So that's my plan. A school at the back of the island. So I will see how it goes, because I have no idea or plan as to how it's going. I just know that I'm doing the school. This is just how I work. I know what I'm doing, not necessarily how I'm doing it. So it's nothing new for me. But I'm hoping I can pull it off and it will look okay. I don't know. We have Maddie. Look at her. Bless her. She's like, yep, not staying. So yeah, we're just gonna get on and do the school and hope for the best. So let's just go build my school. Let's go. I'm obviously going to start with the terraforming, because I always start with the terraforming. There's not really loads of terraforming. It's literally, I'm just going to do a square, rectangle. I don't know what shape it's going to come out. I'm doing a 2-level school. So I'm going to put an incline for you to walk up the incline to actually go into the school. Yeah. Don't ask me what has come over me. I have no idea. I'm just building a school that you can walk into. It's going to be a big build, but then it may not end up a big build because of editing and speeding up. So for you, it won't be a big build. For me, it will be a big build. But I will have an incline so you can go into the school. I will do like what you would see in a playground, like football, to one side. So I'll leave one side with a bit of space, so then I can fill that in as to what you see in a school. But no intricate terraforming today, just enough cliff so I can do the inside of the school. And then it will be items, codes, and the rest of it. I just want to say thank you for literally being the kindest people. My entrance build, all of your comments I have read, and they're so nice. Like, what? Obviously, I know I'm going to get nice comments, not whatever, but with a theme that I've never done, I didn't know so many people liked this theme. So it's nice to know that people like the theme and you appreciate my work. Not really work, but you appreciate my builds. I know I have said on a previous island that I've done that if you want to take my build and copy it on your island, please do so. If you want to use my build and make your own version of it, again, please do so. I do these builds to give you lot inspiration, so I'm happy to give anyone inspiration. So feel free to use my builds, because that's what they're there for, to help you out. Especially, I know the feeling when you're stuck with a build or when you don't know what you're building. And a lot of the times I've done a build and I've done a bit of looking up to see if I can, like somebody else has done certain builds, and see how they've done it. Sometimes there's not options for that. So some of it, obviously inspiration wise, obviously I take it if I do a build and then I put it as my own. But most of the time, or a lot of the time, majority of the time, I just do whatever comes to me on the spot, because I don't have a artistic bone in my body. So how these islands are getting done, your guess is as good as mine. And I suppose the longer I've played the game, the easier it is for me to, it's not easy building an island, a whole island, but it's easier in the sense because I've been playing this game for so long. I know what items and bits to use. Not necessarily that I have the items, but for a Kidcore island, this island, you want to build a school. Like, if you're doing a playground, you need the playground gym. That's like in a park, a playground gym. You get the playground gym and you literally just use items and work around it. That's how I do a lot of my builds. I choose an item that I think will go with that build, or I know will go with that build that I'm planning. And then all my other items will literally be based around that one item. So, like I keep saying, raid your storage shed. That's how I get my builds. I raid my storage shed and there's the build. I don't plan the builds, so it's harder in that sense. If I could plan my builds, then I would, because it would make things so much easier for me. But I'm not a planner, so nothing is planned. I knew I was doing the school today, and that's as far as I got. I knew I wanted it to be where you could go into it, so up a level, up the incline. That's it. A bit at the side for the playground, the school that you can walk into, and that was it. So everything you're seeing me build, I've literally just been like, okay, we can put this here, put that there. This will go good there. And then I went through my storage shed and just got random items that you would associate with a school. And you have a school. Also, thank you for your build suggestions. I do have most of them on my list already, but thank you for the suggestions. And also, I have decided to keep Hopkins and Sydney. Dizzy, I'm sorry, but he did not make the cut. I do like Hopkins and I do like Sydney. I've never had Sydney. I've had Hopkins. I don't think I've had Dizzy. But I know Dizzy is Kidcore. He screams Kidcore. But I wanted Sydney because I've never had her, and I think her house is Kidcore. Correct me if I'm wrong. I may be wrong on that. But I think her house is Kidcore, or has Kidcore vibes, which is why I went with Sydney. And then Hopkins, he's just a big kid. So I like Hopkins. And then once I done my list, I then was scrolling through the villagers and there was Dizzy, and I was like, Dizzy, the ultimate Kidcore villager. Well, not the ultimate, but one of the ultimate Kidcore villagers. But I was like, I don't know. But I have decided I will keep Sydney and Hopkins and not have Dizzy. Maybe if I do another Kidcore in the future, then I'll have Dizzy. But right now, he's not for this island, unfortunately. I'm sure I'll see him soon, but he's not for this island. The weather here in the UK is getting warmer, and I'm here for it. I hate the cold, and I hate being cold, and I'm always cold. So now it's warming up. We've had a couple of nice days this week, because I'm currently on the Friday, recording Friday the 21st of March. And yesterday, Thursday, was really nice. Today's not been too bad. It's not been as sunny, but it's a bit warmer than what it has been. But I'm hoping this weather lasts now, because we're into spring and it's not normally this cold in spring. And I'm all for the hot weather, the warm weather. So yeah, give me the sun, give me the warmth. I'm ready for it. I've been ready for it, and I need it. Not necessarily in my house, because my house gets way too hot. Where my window is, it's a sun trap, because the sun is on my window all day. So you can imagine what the temperature is like in my house with the sun on it. It's like a sauna. But I do have a fan that I can plug in, or I do plug it in, but then it gets really bad in the summer because the fan is just circulating the hot heat or the hot air. So I sit there sweating. But let me know if it's warm where you are, or if it's warming up, or if it's cold, because we all know I'm nosy and I need to know these things. I don't know how long this build is going to be for you, like I've said, but I always get to the point where at the minute when I'm recording, I record through my laptop and TV. My laptop with OBS, it lags. It's still lagging. We are still lagging on OBS. I think I've got to delete it and reinstall it, to be honest, because I've changed settings and we're still lagging. So at the minute, I'm doing my intro with the laptop because I'm literally just standing there while I'm in the resident services area. I'm not running around building. But then when it comes to actually doing my build, I use my TV. And I don't have the microphone by my TV. So I don't do the talking while I'm building. And then at the end of the build, I will stand in one spot and I will just talk. And sometimes, obviously, where I edit my video and I speed it up for you, sometimes when I'm talking, I don't know how long to talk for. Sometimes I will get too much talking, and sometimes I will get too little talking. So if we're at the stage where there's gaps in between the speaking, please know that I did not do enough talking. Well, no, that's not the case all the time. It is the case sometimes. I do, because obviously editing, when I speed it up, I don't know how long it's going to be, because right now I've been recording for like the build itself from my intro till just before my outro was like an hour and 37 minutes of recording this build. So when it comes to me finishing the build and talking at the end to then put into the video to go over the build, an hour and 37 minutes sped up and obviously bits taken out. I don't know how long that's going to be as a video for you. So trying to get the talking bits in the video to be the length of the video that I've edited sped up is very difficult. It's not difficult, it's just judging the time and if I've spoken enough or if I've spoken too little, because I'm not one to speak over my video. I don't edit it and then do the voiceover, so I just stand and talk at the end for now, because obviously OBS is still not my friend, but I do think I will have to delete it to reinstall it, see if that helps, and then do all my settings again, because I've updated it. It's up to date. I've done settings, I've changed a few settings, and it's still like, nope, not today, we're going to lag. And also every time I start OBS, there's no music from my Switch. Like the Switch is fine, the music's fine, but when I turn OBS on, there's no music. I have to literally go backwards and forwards between the two same settings just for my music to come back on, and it's really annoying. So I think I may have to delete it. But back to obviously, so if there is gaps in between me talking, it's either that I've not spoken enough for the length of the build edited, or I've run out of things to say for that video, or I can't think of things to say, because I do struggle. I have all these things that I want to say, and then I get to talking and I have no idea what to talk about because I can't remember what I was going to say. And I'm not the only one like it. Please tell me. I think I need to get some post-it notes and write a list of all the bits that I want to say as I think of them. And then when it comes to obviously me talking for my builds, look at the post-it note and just have all the points there that I want to talk about. Because I get to that point where I'm like, well, what do I talk about now? For me, because obviously I've never spoken, I started out recording, not speaking in my builds with just the music. And then with my Christmas video, or my Christmas island, I was talking while I was building, and OBS seemed to be fine at that point. Well, no, not fine, because we had a few dilemmas with that, but it weren't lagging. And then once I'd done that island was easy to talk over, because I was literally telling you what I was doing in them builds, in them videos, with whatever I was doing. But because I've decided to speed up my build, obviously if I'm talking while I'm building, I'm telling you I'm going to put a tree here, and I've done that like 10 minutes ago. So that's where it's difficult, because I speed up my builds now. I do like the idea of slowing down the build again, and then obviously walking through the build as I do it. But with the OBS lag, I can't do it through the computer or through the laptop. So that's why I do it from my TV and then talk afterwards. And I know a few of my videos editing, there's no lag. But then when they're uploaded to YouTube, a few of them have been lagging. So I don't know what's happened there. Technology is not my forte. I am not tech savvy, so whatever's going on with regards to YouTube, OBS and all of that goes way over my head. I have no idea what I'm doing, so yeah, if it's lagging, just skip that bit. I'll forgive you if you skip that bit, because I edit it and sometimes it's fine. Like when I'm editing and I watch the video back, it's fine. And then from the transfer between saving and putting it onto YouTube, the lag comes back. Don't ask me how, why, what, where, when, because I have no idea. Absolutely none. Obviously, I'm not necessarily doing a voiceover now, but I am talking at the end. I'm hoping what I've waffled on about is enough, because we're just going to get to the outro now. If it's not enough, then I'm sorry. Please forgive me. So, obviously, I do the music over the top of my builds anyway, so I'll just have to try and spread out the talking. And that is all for today's build. Let's go see what we have done. This build took me forever. We have a school. This build took so long. I wanted to cry. I wanted to rage quit. I wanted to just be like, nope, I need to stop. I wasn't going to do a certain part where I put the cars. I wasn't going to do that. I was going to be like, right, nope. Where I put the path, this bit of path, over this side, I think I stopped it about here. And that's where I was going to stop, because it got so long and I was like, no, I need to stop now. I can't be bothered. It's gone on forever. It's taken me all day. So I was like, do you know what? We'll just do it to that bit. I'll figure out what to do in that little area where I put the cars in my own time, because I didn't know what to do there. So that was what I was going to do. But then in the end, I did fill it in with the cars. But this is the school. I actually love the way it's come out. It's such a big build. It takes up near enough a quarter of my island. That's how big this build is. Like, whose idea was this? Obviously, it was my idea. I don't regret it because it's cute. I was debating whether I wanted to put some more fence here, up into this bit. But then I don't know. Let me know if you think I should put the park fence just along this bit, so then it blocks off this bit of school. I don't know. But we go this way. We'll show you the park first. It's not a park, it's a playground. I just put in there what you would find at schools in their playground. Like football, basketball, a climbing frame, toys, a sand pit. In the next game, I want them to do the sand pits, but as a table. Because you find a sand table at schools. And this is not a sand table, it's just a sand pit. But it does the job. It does what it's meant to do. I was going to put bits on the beach, or the secret beach, and that didn't quite happen. So I will figure out what to put here. It's not going to be nothing drastic, major. And I need to shove a few trees and bushes here. No, flowers and bushes. I forgot about that. But I will do that eventually. But this is the playground. And then up this incline here is the actual school. I didn't put anything here because I just wanted it to be the walkway to get into the school. So that's what we got. We have the canteen here, very basic, very simple. It does the job. You can see what it is. You know what it is. And then we have the classroom. The fire extinguisher. We must have that. A photocopy machine, some fruit and some milk. A few tables. Teacher's desk. I put an apple chair because apples relate to teachers, so I thought just put an apple chair instead of the desk chair. We'll put an apple chair, and I really like it. Oh look, there's Stu. The board is here. I was going to put one of the old TVs in here, but decided against it. So I put a globe instead. Because, why not? We do have some lockers, first aid kit up there, if needed. And then this bit is the carpet area where they can play and they can read. And I really like the way this has come out, even if it did take me far too long. But I love it. It's a cute little build. Well, it's not so much little, but it's a cute build. And I love it. And that is all for today's build, today's video. Please comment, like and subscribe, and I will see you all back here for my next video. Bye guys.